It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So we're waiting on Dante Unbound update, and we're actually waiting for some dev workshops for the in-depth information on the Dante Unbound update for exact numbers and all that. So while we're waiting for that, the devs have been giving us some little info nuggets here and there to keep us busy or interested while they're working on this new Dante Unbound update. We're going to be going over some of that stuff today. We got a bit of an info roundup of the last day on Twitter, and also the dev mini stream that happened earlier today too. So it'll be not a ton to go over, but some things that are actually pretty exciting, especially one of these things about fissures that we'll be talking about here in a couple moments. So let's get into it, but before we do, make sure to sub this channel. We do daily Warframe video uploads. Appreciate all support on the recent videos, guys. Yeah, lots of build videos, news videos, farming guides, all that stuff on the way, so you're in the right place for Warframe content. Also, check out the live stream as well. I'll be live probably tomorrow, actually, with some more Warframe. And yeah, when Dante Unbound comes out, I'll be covering it extensively on this channel as well. So let's get right into the news updates. Alright, so number one, and probably the most important one right now, is going to be the new Fissure missions. Remember how, DE mentioned in January there would be new Fissure missions? They said there would be new Axii Fissures. It's actually expanded beyond that, because there's certain planets in this game that don't have Void Fissures. You look up here, Void Fissures are on a bunch of these planets, but there's certain planets they're not on. So those planets that don't have Void Fissures are going to be Zariman, the Lua planet, and then also the Kavia, and obviously Deviri would not have it. So yeah, Kavia, like the new tile set here, does not have fissures. Zariman doesn't, and neither does Lua. And Deviri is never going to have fissures, probably. That is changing in the Dante Unbound update, but they're not actually going to be only Axii Fissures. We've got a new type of fissure, actually, called an Omni Fissure, that's going to be on those planets. So we've got an example picture right here, a Omni Fissure, and as Rebecca states, we have a full write-up in a general quality of life dev workshop soon, but as a follow-up to our January dev stream, where we said we're adding Axii Fissures in new places, we're actually adding an Omnia Fissure in new places. You can open up any of the 4X era relics here. So there's actually 5 eras of relics, but let's just go ahead and call it 4. Lith, Meso, Neo, Axii can all be chosen as your option in these fissures. And as Megan did give us more information here, there will always be one of these fissures active during once this gets added. So just like Requiem, there will always be a Requiem fissure up. There will always be an Omni fissure up that will be on one of these planets. It will be, so any relic, basically. So it's going to be on the newer planets. I guess you call them newer planets. So like we just said, Lua. So that means there could be a Lua, maybe there could be a Lua, Apollo, Disruption Fissure. That would mean you could open up Lith relics. If it's an Omni Fissure, you can open up Lith relics and get Axii relics back. So you're turning your Liths into Axies. This is going to be the new meta. Honestly, it will be the new meta for farming Axies. Because the way it goes right now, you're actually kind of limited on which mission you're playing and what the drop tables are of what relics can even spawn there. So for example, let me just give you one of the best Axii farming spots in the game is that one I was just at right there. This cannot currently be a fissure, but you know what can be a fissure? It's a good Axii farming spot. I did it last night. Kappa on Sedna. This can be a fissure, but like I was saying, it's Axii only. So you would open up your Axii relic, and then from the mission, more Axies would drop. But with this new system, we will turn our Lith relics into Axii relics, which is a big, big upgrade. Because this place right here drops Axies like candy, and we've got Liths drop like candy from lots and lots of low-level planets. So me buying all those relics and having all those relics stacked up might actually be worth it, as they'll be turned into a bunch of Axii relics over time too. And Axies usually have more valuable stuff, but not always the case. For Zariman, that means you're going to be able to have a Void Cascade Fissure over here, which will mean you're getting lots of Zariman Arcanes for Phosphor or for Plat, if people even still buy those, how cheap the prices are, or even sell them for that matter. You can also be getting, weapon parts from this to drop as well. There's plenty of Bile with the Void Gel Orbs dropping here. It's just going to be great. So yeah. Also, I'd say maybe keep an eye out for Void Flood Fissures too. I don't know how fast that would be, but for Void Cascades, every 4 Exilizers is one rotation. So if it's every 4 Exilizers a relic open, we'll be knocking this thing out really fast, because you can do 107 Exilizers in 50 minutes, guys. If this is going to become a fissure, we will blast through these relics so fast. Honestly, maybe I should go start buying some more relics right now. If Void Cascade Fissure is real, and it's every 4 Exilizers, in 1 hour, it will become the new best fissure. You won't get relics back, really, but you'll get so many relics open, and you'll get so many Cascade Arcanes. It will feel great. As far as the last planet that we have not gone over yet, for the Kavia, they'll be getting Fissures too. I don't really think there'll be any of them that will be that great. Maybe an Exterminate or a Survival could be okay. A Mere Defense Fissure sounds at least kind of interesting. It won't be very fast, but you'll be able to get lots of Stella for fusing the new Archon Shards. You'll be able to get lots of... These enemies drop Endo quite often, I've noticed, and, you know, things like that. So there will be a good Fissure on each of the new tile sets. I don't think there will be a boss fight Fissure, obviously, but... Yeah, maybe even Alchemy. I've played maybe Alchemy like once or twice ever. Maybe an Alchemy Fissure could be kind of fun. So, great stuff there. The new Omni Fissure will become the new meta for a lot of stuff involving Fissure. So keep an eye out for those, and make sure you unlock all your plants so you can access that stuff when it comes out later in March. And of course, there is no release date yet. Let's go on to a less important change here, but still a change that I want to cover. It's going to be some buffs to, or a buff to Loki. Your boy Loki is getting a new augment mod, and pretty much everyone's just agreed that it's like, okay, well, he's getting an augment mod. He's not really a DPS god. Pablo is like, yeah, we're not making him a DPS god. So what we have here is a buff to Loki. So Switch Teleport will now give you a short burst of movement speed after you use it. Yes, I know, very, very exciting. Now Loki will become the new meta, of course. But yeah, this is just a small buff to Loki. But I wanted to highlight something that spawned from that clip. Now, Pablo posted that clip about, you know, Loki getting a burst of movement speed, but what actually spawned from this conversation is another content creator named Triboros asking Pablo, yo, Pablo, you know how, like, we can't really see our character when we're in Viz? How about, like, a texture thing where you can see your frame while they're in Viz? And Pablo actually did respond to Triboros saying, I will talk to the team to see if we can get that. So if you ever played Ivara, you ever played Wisp goes invisible while she's airborne, but you can still see the character. That's what Triboros was asking Pablo about, and that sounds like Pablo's going to go talk to the dev team about, see if they can do something like that. Make it where your invisibility frames, you can actually see your cosmetics. One of the biggest complaints, honestly, if they do that, they will sell so many more skins, because while you're invisible with a character like Ivara, you can't see your cosmetics. Same with Ashe. If I buy a skin for Ashe, I feel like I kind of like rip myself out a little bit, because I can't see it in mission. I can only see it in the ship. So like when I go invisible, that's why I use ephemeras like the Spore ephemera, see where my character is while they're invisible. That's something that Pablo said they will be looking into. No promises, but that would be a great change to be able to see your character invisible, just straight up. Like no additional like specific features or settings needed to see it. So that's your news roundup for the last day, guys. A couple little things too, like Rebecca said, they are modular Archwing is fully abandoned. Also on the dev workshop, or the dev short today, Steve read the message, Caliban buffs out on stream, but that does not mean Caliban is being buffed. It just means that Steve read the message. Do not expect Caliban to get buffed. It was more just a joke. So, new Fissures on the way, lots of really good Fissures on the way, and yeah, Loki's getting some small changes. Hopefully he gets some better changes in the future with that invisibility appearance. So, I'll see you guys next video. I probably won't be live tonight, but I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take it easy. Peace.